His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Assad is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
You will not believe what they did to Moluba Molu. Moluba Molu today. One of the reasons he left CDC, they recalled Molu. They pay some money to kill Moluba Molu. They recalled Moluba Molu. They drugs Moluba Molu food and recalled Moluba Molu butt naked. Because of that, because Molu was not happy for this kind of opportunity that lost in the country, that could have created thousands of jobs. In fact, 6,000 jobs was to be created in Grand Bassa County. The lubricator factory, the tank farm, and the Bikema port. The people, in fact, the owner of that company is the brother of the president of Bulgaria. It was masterminded, and it was a plan. And they sent petrol bomb. As the neighbors in the place there, they asked me if I was selling gas. Only because they said the man lost vote and I the one making to lose votes.
Untrue. I don't understand that. There has been no situation, not even close to any situation of the similar that Joseph described. I was never drugged. I was never threatened by a group of seditions or any member of the party. As a matter of fact, it has been historically proven that seditions will even give themselves to be burnt. They will give their life to protect their leaders. I enjoyed 6 years of uninterrupted peace. I'm one of the most blessed political personalities that eroded or led a political party for 6 years without a single protest as party chairman. Where partisans did not only show love, but show commitment to respect and support. For 6 years, CDCs showed me so much love and support.
My people, the Ome is a wicked Ome.
The owner is a killer. Joe Parker. Today, Liberian people, they owner you see Joseph Newman Parker. He's an evil man. He's a dark man. Joseph Parker is evil. Joseph Parker, I'm not talking about you too much today. I get your portfolio in a day. I will release it to the Liberian people so Liberian people can know how evil you are. Joseph Parker, you not get my money. And you not get my money. I go work out for your hair. I talk fast for 1 week. Please, they plea almost catch fire. I tell you, I say, I want them to pay my money. Call. Don't let him tell you. Joe Parker, you not get my money. I will take 21 days for you, 7-day drive fast. You were succeed calamity. Get went to my house in Province. If I lack, why my Wednesdays, they ain't come on side. Joe Parker walked downstairs with 75,000 United States dollars. Succeed. The moment the owner become president of Liberia, George Weah concluded here picking enemy to Joe Parker. Let's tell also Joe Parker went to my house in Province. If I lack, why my Wednesdays, they ain't come on side. Joe Parker walked downstairs with 75,000 United States dollars. Enemy to Joe Parker. Let's tell also Joe Parker went to my house in Province. If I lack, why my Wednesdays, they ain't come on side. Joe Parker walked downstairs with 75,000 United States dollars. Let's tell also Joe Parker went to my house in Province. If I lack, why my Wednesdays, they ain't come on side. Joe Parker walked downstairs with 75,000 United States dollars. Joe Parker went to my house in Province. If I lack, why my Wednesdays, they ain't come on side. Joe Parker walked downstairs with 75,000 United States dollars. Let's tell also Joe Parker went to my house in Province. If I lack, why my Wednesdays, they ain't come on side. Joe Parker walked downstairs with 75,000 United States dollars.
You get your criminal, you get your new criminal that you're supporting. You get your new criminal that you're supporting. You see it? And now your new criminal that Joseph Weah. And I will never sit down and support things that will destroy that country. Like I always tell you, I love the country for everybody else. You get your criminal, you get your new criminal that you're supporting. You get your new criminal that you're supporting. You see it? And now your new criminal that Joseph Weah. And I will never sit down and support things that will destroy that country. Like I always tell you, I love the country for everybody else. You get your criminal, you get your new criminal that you're supporting. You get your new criminal that you're supporting. You see it? And now your new criminal that Joseph Weah. And I will never sit down and support things that will destroy that country. Like I always tell you, I love the country for everybody else. And me tell you, Joseph Weah, an old man. If you understand about con artists in the criminal world, when an old man is in criminal world, he can succeed because his old age can oppress people. His old age, when he show fair with his old age, any junk can believe in him. If you know criminal world, when the old man is in a criminal world, he quick to be accepted. People can believe him straight because an old man. And at the risks we have in here, and the kind of man we get here, the old man we get, and the old man are Joseph Weah. Joseph Weah is a role, and I'm going to have it for you. He's a role when we explain about criminal activity.
We're not going to reward people who decide that I will talk with them man until he gave me something. No, not me, not this government, not Joseph Weah government. A few people in there giving some of you people something. We're watching. When we catch public officials in our government sponsoring some people who lie off just all over the place, and the thing giving a negative image to the country every day makes them feel okay, and because they're getting something from somewhere. Watch yourself. We, the government, we're watching our own from inside. When we catch you sponsoring some of the blackmailers, some of the one who say nothing positive is at all is happening to this country, we're watching. When we catch you, you are under the government. You can cut the part and say they don't threaten people, blackmailers. So the one who say nothing positive is at all is happening to this country, we're watching. When we catch you, you are under the government. So the one who say nothing positive is at all is happening to this country, we're watching. When we catch you, you are under the government.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
We are to God Almighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe. We can start nothing without him. We can do nothing without him. We can accomplish nothing, absolutely, without him. We are told that in everything we must acknowledge him, because he is the God who got the final say. We are grateful he kept watch over us throughout the night and has set us into another day. So we are grateful to be around in the reign of Judo Christopher. All of you, let me say, hey, you're welcome. Say la brother, yeah, hello. It's another day, man. Yes, a great day. I'm excited. The Bible says, isn't life more important? Life. When you have life, you have every other thing. So we are grateful we have life. Today is the 13th day of August, Wednesday, in Monrovia, Liberia, sunny day. The sun is shining. That's how August is. From the onset, couple of days, it will rain and rain. At certain point in time is heavy, at another time is in the middle, and along the way you'll think that we're in dry season. The sun will shine for several days, and after that you hear people saying, oh, that is 7 days, 7 not real. So we're having a sunny day today in Monrovia, Liberia. We are grateful. We enjoy the aesthetic beauty of nature. God is good. We should remind you of the basket. Thank you that you continue to do well. You stay doing well. Never give up. The Bible says never stop doing good. Never get weary along the way, because just at the time you are getting weary or decide to stop, your blessing is on the way. Keep dropping in the basket. We appreciate everything that you do. We are grateful, and we will remain grateful, and God himself is grateful to you people for all that you have done and continue to do for Kings 88.5. We thank you. We appreciate you. Let's continue to drop as many and as much you can afford to drop in the basket. The numbers are on the screen: 0555 885 885, 0777 017 885. Liberty Fortune Squash win, another opportunity you want to take advantage of for 1,000 United States dollars at the weekend, and that could change your whole life. Take advantage of it. Play as many times as you can. There's the Skins Cash giveaway also. Just $200 Liberian dollars, or $1.50 for 10,000 and 5,000 put all together. It gives you 15,000 Liberian dollars. You want to take advantage of that and get 15,000 Liberian dollars in your pocket. Please do, because in this dime and die economy, you take advantage of opportunities afforded you by God. With that said, now let's acknowledge some of you who have come on. You are following. Thank you so much. We appreciate every one of you. You are so great. You're so massive, so extraordinary. Asata Miller, Red Light, Perry Slobart, New Jersey, Vinicius Bar, Newtown, Claude de Paul, Elizabeth Thomas, Front Street, Wooler Pittman, District 11, Batnersville Estate, Matilda Stephen, hope that you are faring well. Ambassador Walter Morgan, CDC regular intellectual militants, Clady Allison, Delaware, USA, Gate, Do Community, Bohaman, Lehman, D15, Navarro's M, Toronto. You've been off for a while, Navarro's. Didn't have you on for a couple of days, almost a week, if not a week. Hope that you are faring well. But it's good that you are on. Good to see you back on the show, Navarro's M. Dinah Dennett, your residence, New York, Manhattan, Heron T. Toll, Caldwell, Solowat Courtyard, Gardnersville, New Georgia Estate, McKinney Harris, Boston, Massachusetts, Kadia to Camara, Elton, Kokoyo, Murphy, Hinen. It's Saturday. Wodewe, Rachel's Gay, Samuel Hinen. We're gonna need a small nail. Maybe a thing about the final that coming on between Argentina and Spain. Fofana Salia. Fine name, great name. Yeah, good name. Jackson C. Ponen Jr., an Iron Patrick Block C community member of Block Titan Intellectual Center. You are on alongside the chairman himself, who never misses out on the show, Romancio Latupan, Kenneth Ball, or Rico for short. Good to have all of you on. The great chairman, everlasting chairman, chairman for life. Come on, chairman, down to F chairman. The only chairman who cuts across, has almost all the characteristics of George Weah. Come on, citizen, a diehard Jowian. Good to have you on the show. Romancio Latupan, Kennebor, or Rico for short. And your birthday is on the 23rd. That's great. The 23rd. The boss will be celebrating his birthday on the 23rd. That's September 23rd. September. That's good. It's going to be 1 week celebration, I am told. Imagine. Seditions were drunk there. Unity Party. Everybody, the man does not discriminate. Come on, chairman. Seditions, Unity Party, MPC. What's Sarah Beslow political party name? Is still existing? Everybody goes there. The man want to know whether you sedition, you piss, you wow. The fact that you are in Liberia, yeah, you have the right to celebrate. So let me also say good afternoon to his wife, who is a diehard Unity Party supporter, Joseph Yemabwaga supporter, Marie Mulba. Good afternoon. I hope that you are faring well. So, with that said, now let's get into some of the pointers, what we've got on our plate. Let's start with what happened on yesterday. And that video went viral. People are still looking at it. I am not talking about the police and Echo Bank stuff. No, not at all. No, I'm not talking about that. The incident that occurred with the police and those two police officers and the lady. We get to all of those. But just so you know, we will talk the decision taken by the UL administration to suspend the alleged armed robber, the incident that occurred or occurring. Yes, the incident. We'll talk about CDC, eviction, the court ruling, the political side of it. We will also talk the lady who was saying getting her hand at the two police officers. Usman Saw from your business center. Usman Saw on Galley Street. Patience Wisner, Lynch Street. A.B. Kruman, my own Keke Man, LCB. All right. All of you, thank you for having all of you on the show. So let's start with this, that the Liberia National Police will charge Mrs. Clade. Her first name is spelled K-L-A-D-Y, Clade A. Paul, age 67, classroom teacher, for what the state referred to as assaulting a police officer while he was performing his national duty. The incident that went viral on yesterday, August 12th, in the morning around 7:15, Mrs. Paul, according to the police, approached patrolmen called Carlos. His first name is spelled Koilous. Carlos and Lame Atua Street Sinker, the intersection, and a torso that what they refer to as disruptive manner, that she verbally attacked the officer and other personnel on duty. She is charged by the Liberia National Police. What they say, what her charge or charges are: simple assault, Chapter 414, Section 14.2a, criminal mischief. They say Section 15, Section 15.a, disorderly conduct, Chapter 7 of their code, Section 17.3, and she will have to face the court. She will have to face the court. It is my understanding, I do not know whether this is true, but the information I've been getting, she is the wife of a pastor or a bishop. That's the same thing, man of God. Yes. The police spokeswoman, Cecilia Clark, will confirm it, that she's been sent to court for an unruly manner. Great. Every one of us saw that. She did what she did. That was a major temper tantrum. Was emotional, said things, went her hands on the police officer. So they consider that unruly, bad mannerism in line with their laws. So she's charged with simple assault, criminal mischief, disorderly conduct. I don't know what, but yeah, that's what they said. 3: simple assault, criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, all in violation of the sections and chapters I share with you. So she goes to court. Then the police said that they will always uphold the principle of accountability, taking swift action when officers fall short of their duties or violate public trust. But just as we uphold our offense of officers accountable, we are equally bound to protect them when they are unjustly attacked while serving. Listen, we saw the behavior of the woman. We saw the behavior. We're not justifying. But she's being sent to court. She's being charged and sent to court. A Christian is being charged and sent to court. And we will not take it from that point. We can argue it, and we have every reason to argue on religious ground, because Gregory Comer showed that. When we tell you Christianity is the religion of God Almighty, when people say Christians are now united, the Christians don't need to be united. The Christian only need to be honest. That's what the Bible says. Just be honest. So all of us saw what the woman did, and we respect the laws of the land. The law cannot be compromised, cannot be broken. So we Christians, we accept. That is why when things happen, people say, oh, the Christians not demonstrating. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. The people, they are not together. We are together. But we go by what the Bible says. Bear no false witness, where it is established that a wrong act was committed, and the law provides punishment for that, as God punishes justly, let the Christian accept it. And that is why God instituted or brought in the tribulation period for Israel refining, that they would not do what they did, and the church refining, that they would not do what God did not want them to do. We have the God of justice. We have the God of law. We have the God of judgment. We have the God who never compromises anything, and he instructs his followers not to. She is a pastor's wife. I'm not too sure. I'm only heard that and read a couple of lines. But Christians are not going to jump in the street demanding her release. We saw the police reaction too. The police said some things. But since she was the first and she showed action, so she had to bear the responsibility for her action. Oh, yeah. So you see what Christianity is far above every other religion. Take it or leave it. Feel uncomfortable. Put emotion into it, but that is it. That is why when you Christian, you know your religion, you know your Bible. You don't get jitter when other people are doing what they do. No, nothing is on religious ground. Whether she is a bishop, bishop's wife, whether she sits alongside God in heaven, once the law, reason that she breached it, she feels the consequences thereof. She's not going to die. They're not going to put her on the gala. The law said simple assault, criminal mischief, disorderly conduct. Those are violations. Those are whatever they call it. But there are remedies by which those things can be resolved. She's not going to go to jail. It's not something that is unbailable, that she can be bailed out. No. So no Christian will get in the street, and no Christian attempt to do anything like that. You leave the state to function. This is a sovereign state. This is a country of law. Even when they, within the law enforcement officers don't see it that way based on favoritism, you, the Christians, see it that way. That's what your God said. That's why when they put a Christian, they put you in jail as a Christian, what did God say? Go there and convert. Oh, yeah. I was watching a movie a couple of days ago, how I like that, but it ended suddenly. It was too short. It's called Forgiveness. Yes, religious movie. Fine. I just bumped into it by the title and got it. Fine. Yeah, some of these things. The guy went to jail. The pastor. They accused the pastor of doing this, doing that, and then he went into jail for a year. And he said this is a great opportunity to win souls unto the Lord. And he did. And that's what brought him out of the jail, because God used that to bring him out, because he was ministering in prison. He did not look at the crime he committed as far as he concerned. He pleaded guilty. And so the judge gave him 1 year sentence for pleading guilty. What should have been maybe 4 or 5 or 6, the judge commuted. And he used that 1 year to win or convert. Simple as that. So assume that she goes to jail, and God sees her as a good disciple to turn a soul in that prison. Even whether Sir Bishop, whether the police headquarters, the same thing, but listen, we're not going to jump in the street. No, nothing religious was desecrated on that woman. Nothing. Whether even if the police have beaten her, we will not say the police desecrated this one, the police. No. We don't stoop so low on that. We are Christians. We're not taking from that point, but rather the law. So she violated. She breached the law. And the law charged her with simple assault, criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct. That's the law. We don't need any police director. That woman is a Christian. We don't need, there's nothing about desecration. We don't need any police director to apologize to her. All we need is the law should go across. The law should not favor certain people and be hard on certain people. Then it is no longer a law. Then it is Judaism. So we will be following the story. She was handcuffed and proudly lifted her face. Some people can be ashamed. They feel shame when handcuff is placed on their hands. They bend their face down so that people will not see the face, only the body. No, but she's proud. She's proud. She raised her 2 hands, and the police officers placed the handcuff on her hand. It would take nothing from her. It doesn't stop her from being the pastor wife or bishop wife, if she is, according to what I've gathered before coming on the air. It doesn't stop her from believing in God. It does not stop God from protecting her and leading her to proclaim his word. Certainly not. It gives God other impetus that his servant will go in accordance with the law. So she moves proudly by the state. Thank God it's not the other way around. Thank Thank God it's not the other way around. As we saw a couple of weeks ago, police officer will stand, chief of police will stand up by guilt, shame, embarrassment to say the police officer. After they said, listen to this thing here. Let me talk now and go on. Listen to this thing they wrote. They said, the Liberia National Police has always upheld the principle of accountability, taking swift action when officers fall short of their duties or violate public trust. But as we hold our officers accountable, we are equally bound to protect them when they are unjustly attacked while serving the nation. Chief, I see you, man. Let's leave it as it is, yeah? The law favors certain people. Gregory Como, what Gregory Como did, nobody, no Christian will ever forget about it. What happened to the end of decade, and finish, and let something happen to an Islamic person, they will come outside again, but Christians will never, ever do that. Never, never, ever. Will never. Until the war comes to an end. Even in the next war, no Christian will demonstrate on anything like that. You have never seen it in this country before. You have never. You know why? We serve the true and living God. Say, when you breach the law, go through the punishment. If they lie on you, I, God, will free you. That's why he said, don't be afraid. He said, go before them. Hey, in the Bible, that the thing that the man talking about. He said, don't be afraid. If you breach the law, go before them. If they lie on you, still go before them. I, your God, will be with you. When you are talking, we're not the type to play mind games, game. When you have faulted, you defaulted. To admit your default, then you come in demand. You can't say demanding justice. How can a breach of the law take place? Then demand justice. Police director to get scared and say, "Oh, he took away the woman hijab." The one we get no hijab, nothing inside. You breach the law. You are citizen. Everybody under the law. The law is the supreme. Nobody, whether you Christian, whether you bishop or apostle, journalist, or well, I said, Andrew, if I breach the law by reasoning of the law, they say, "Oh, my man, we'll carry you to jail. I will show my two hands, the poor hand go on it." I will not say, "Oh, because I this or that." We'll go simple. And not the law. But this is where now, when it happened to another people and you try to bend the law, this is where the crisis can come in. And this is where confusion can come in between people of different race or culture. Just thought to say it that way. I see you. Where do we go? So, should I talk this? Well, where is it? Well, let me just share my thought on this.
Nobody should tell you that, oh, Sir Joseph departure does not mean anything to the city. No. Losing Sir Joseph is a major blow to the CDC, is a major issue to the CDC. And we hope Sir Joseph will come to his senses and come back home. But anybody will tell you that somebody, one of your members leaving means nothing. No. To recognize the fact that departure is something bad for the CDC, we call him to, in the near future, rethink and come back.
The party chairman, Janga Ko, how should I say this thing? Janga Ko, well, you seditians, it's up to you people. We're trying the best we can to help you. But it seems there is something happening amongst yourselves. This is your fight headed into 2029. We are helping you along the way. If you people aren't careful, you people will have to live with the consequences. Listen, George Weah is the bedrock of CDC. George Weah is the pillow. If the rest of the people think that they are harming Weah, they are just doing it to CDC. When Weah just said something of a joke, I consider that a joke. After the election, when he say you need time to sit down to look at XYZ, people ran with it and say Weah say he's not contesting again. And you listen to that tape, there's no way he said he's not contesting. What happened with seditions? They were worrying, they were frightened, they were frustrated, they were crying, all kinds of things were happening all over the place. 1 minute, please.
Nobody should tell you that, oh, Sir Joseph departure does not mean anything to the city. No. Losing Sir Joseph is a major blow to the CDC, is a major issue to the CDC. And we hope Sir Joseph will come to his senses and come back home. But anybody will tell you that somebody, one of your members leaving means nothing. No. To recognize the fact that Sir Joseph departure is something bad for the CDC, we call him to, in the near future, rethink and come back.
Listen. This is a warfare, as I have often said to you people. In a warfare, there's only one thing required. One accord. You have to stay one accord. That means, just as God said in 1 Corinthians 1:10, he said, be of the same judgment and the same mind. Meaning, if one person is saying something on the other side, another person is saying this, the people that you are resisting, you open up for them to come in and you energize them to hit you more. Jangako did not. His position, people, oh, the man got to speak his mind. The man being honest. That is not honesty in warfare politically. That is not honesty. You can feel the impact of something, but you have to be cognizant of the prevailing situation. That your opponents are taking advantage of every little mistakes or everything from you to use it against you. They have a sustained propaganda in place because they are afraid of your political leader, whom they know he maintains that same numerical strength. By telling you every day he's not coming back, he's dead, encouraging people to come out to say XYZ, damaging things about him, and then they are rewarded with job. Instead of muting oneself on this thing, the exit of Thomas Fowler as party chairman, even if you want to speak to it, there is a way. You just put a simple idea into that thing. We welcome the departure of Sir Joseph. It is his right. Before him, other people left. And I think the party is strong. We got important things to look up to do as an institution, which we are concentrating on. We wish him well in his new endeavor. But to say that the man's departure is a blow to you, come on, party chairman. So now, who can go now to do the clearinghouse? Because the party chairman should be the person who's doing that. When other people finish making mistakes by their ill reasoning, misguided thought, then the party chairman comes to do a clearinghouse or to clarify. But if the party chairman can say the man's departure is a blow to the CDC, the man has just handed the government, Unity Party, another weapon. Yeah, how it is in a political warfare. They're going to reference him now. Every other thing that he said, oh, the other person left, Geraldine Doe left, the Horatio Gu left, the people will not look at all those things. The fact, the statement, the first 2-3 words Let me tell you, in news, Dana, it's not the 2-3 hours the person speaks for that attracts the journalist. So is a single word or statement that the person makes that they capitalize. You hear the journalists will just go back and move on our own. So that's why you can hear the people saying, oh, that simple thing the man say, that single thing I want the journalist and just hanging on. As far as the concern that the most important thing, this one here, this is the most important.
Nobody should tell you that, oh, Sir Joseph departure does not mean anything to the city. No. Losing Sir Joseph is a major blow to the CDC, is a major issue to the CDC.
Why didn't you say it when the guys who left before him, when the councillor came out, Councillor Seaforth, why didn't you come out to say? When the other people, when Kanyo Bagbala started saying what he was saying as the resignation from CDC, why didn't you come out to say? Why didn't you come up and say those things of the other people? Even as that, under no circumstance can you say anything as a party chairman. What are 50 persons leaving the CDC? It is not for you to come out and say it is a blow. You're just giving out. You're just giving out 25% of your strength to the government. The people who see you as insignificant, that you will never come out to power, even though that is an illusion for them, you arming them. How can you as a party chairman say that? Damn, Liberia, man. Oh, God. So is it true what the people say that reasoning is not for everybody? God. Listen, if you people can learn, well, Unity Party will continue to use you. I said a couple of weeks ago, the people propaganda working. You would think that, oh, it's not. It is. As evident by these things that you see happening. You giving the people more edge than the people have the capacity. You arming the people. When you come out, when sedition come out, the other one did, the party not did, George Weah did. You arming the people. So the people's strategy, you're adding fuel, you're adding substance, you're adding value to it. As far as my reasoning is concerned, the party chairman should not have treaded that path. Listen, you went to a public gathering. You didn't have to say that. You stick in your mind that this question will come out. They will ask you everything about the party. So you want to be very careful what kind of question you expand on. So if I were in that position and the people ask that question about Sir Joseph's departure, most respectfully, I would tell them that everyone has his or her right. Sir Joseph, it is evident that he has left. I received his letter of resignation. He isn't the first person who has left the CDC. Others left before him. We wish him well in his new endeavor. They will never press you or grab you and put hanger on your hand because you won't say that his departure is a blow. People don't force you. It's common sense. You have to be psychological. You see, when I tell you Liberia don't have politicians, both government and opposition. And this is what I can say to you. Let me help you people out again. We try the best we can from King's FM to help you. And it is because of George Weah. If you people don't see reason to listen, well, it's up to you. Listen. You sedition, your CDC officials, Oh, come on, your stop. I don't like that thing, go. You're there, I will not open this line. I will just talk and go. You're always doing that thing. When you're here CDC, when you're here anything they're talking, you will be now just how the people were talking in the office. The same thing in the newsroom. That when you go on the air, the only thing they put on here at CDC, the other person they didn't ready. So all the other issue ain't make sense to them. If you try it, I will not open this line. I will talk, explain, and go. That ain't you people. We ain't come here for you. You stop that. People will not say, as soon as you hear CDC, all the lines ringing. In fact, let me cut off the phones then. So when you call, it will bounce back. What's that? You give people a chance. I will, when the time comes, we can't give you the opportunity here. What happened now? Let me say this to you, CDC officials. A simple advice. It is your right to go public. You have the right to do a public interview wherever, however, but you want to be very careful what you say and how you say it. Knowing the time that now is hard time, that you awake out of your sleep. Did you get that? It is your right to do public address wherever and however. Knowing the time that now is hard time, that you awake out of your sleep or slumber. Shake your heart, your head, wash your face. Understand the time that you are in. What I'm simply saying, you don't have to rush to be saying things about your party. Rather, say things that will not give your opponent any spies to use against you. No party chairman, regionally, Europeanly, Americally, will come and say it is a major blow. No, everybody has their own charisma. Everybody is influential in their own way. Everybody who leaves an institution, there is the impact, but it doesn't say that impact cannot be dealt with. It's just a matter of time before somebody steps in. But literacy will call in wisdom that you don't say it is a blow. Even if you know it is a blow, you can. You just want to leave it. Not everything that you talk in this country, everything, this media freak thing, this facing the media, going to this place on the air, wanting to be heard on the air, damaging many of you people. Damaging many of you people. And you're not realizing it yet. Because you people don't organize yourself, don't do any rehearsal. Rehearsal means these people invited me, consented. And these are the things that I'm going to say. I envisage that they might ask me on XYZ. I would not respond to those. So when the person has done that rehearsal with the expectation that they will ask him this question will come, that question will come. So when they start to come, he's already aware. We'll fend it off. The opponent looking for things to use against you. And you party chairman, you say the departure of the man that beat blow. So you telling the man now that when he comes back to Liberia, he should even say more, as he said. I hope this doesn't affect the party's chairman, Janga Ko. No. But you people have to be careful. Moreover, listen, there are media institutions in this place. Let me give you the caution. We know. We know. We try the best we can here to help you all. Listen, there are media institutions in this country that the government support. They are operating in disguise, quote unquote, neutrality. There are also media institutions that portray themselves as being critical of the government because that is the plan. That we talk this way, we talk that way. They're already aware. So that wouldn't trouble them. The logic behind that kind of propaganda is to get the opposition coming on the air to talk a lot, and then they will bombard them with questions, hit them here and there. So if you listen to most of those interviews, you'll see that almost all of the questions are centered around bringing out the deep things, the most secret part of CDC and George Weah. You people are free to get on Spoon Talk. Let me tell you, y'all don't know. We're fighting for y'all. We're fighting for y'all. But we will not get weak. I, Sam Andrews, will not get weak. No, that is the essence of life. And when you sign up to something, along the way, we might feel uncomfortable somewhat, somehow, but we wouldn't get discouraged. There is a difference between feeling uncomfortable and discouraged. We know we're in this thing together. We in the media business, we know. Spoon, some of you can get, I said, they feel it. And Spoon, we are dealing with the government, and at the home, man. Yes. But that is a farce. You know how much support stay going on the ground. The goal is, look, my man, stay over there. We understand your position. We act like we're in disagreement. When they come on the show, we only need you to destroy them. We only need you to destroy them. Talk more. Ask them the critical questions and everything. Encourage them to come on. And other media platforms, yeah. These people call themselves literate politicians, but lack the discernment they gave in. Me, as CDC official, I will not jump into the media frenzy, but work behind the scene to start mending fences. You see, how did Isiaka, when Isiaka come on the show, I admire that so much. Isiaka will talk about reconciliation and forgiveness, letting go of the past. That what you want to tread that path also, because listen, the odds, whether we like it or not, the odds are against CDC. CDC in the opposition. The government sees CDC as the formidable force. So they will do everything they can to disorganize CDC, because the Bible says a house if Satan divided against himself, how can he win? How can he succeed? A house divided against itself. It's not possible. That's what the people are doing to you. To get your house split. Nobody succeeds. Nobody achieves their goal in division, strife, internal division, misunderstanding. Nobody. If you people were to ask me, listen, I will tell you people, you stay off this media thing. You people are not forced to go from one radio station to another. You're forced to make the news. Just your silence working in the background is a news. They will talk that you're not talking, and they will know that you're working. But you leave your good time and other things that you should be doing. You think Weah can be talking here and there. You think Weah, as he moves around the world, he can talk to international journalists that CDC this, within this, CDC, this other person leave, I don't get time. You think Weah can do it? He can do it. But what will it profit the party in him? There is an imbalance right now. And you're fighting to balance. So you cannot be giving people added impetus to come against you as party chairman to say this person's departure is a blow. No party chairman, no reasonable, no sound person would ever do that. Somebody leaves us here. Then it becomes on the air as the boss and say, the person that led XYZ is a blow to us. You know what it would mean for the people listening? You know what it would mean for our opponent? You know what I mean? Everybody feels the impact of departure. Given the situation you find yourself in, you want to keep it quiet. Even if you are pressed against the wall, you still don't say anything to that. If you will ever utter a word or two, it is his or her right to leave. That right was exercised. We welcome his departure. We wish him well in his new endeavor. And you see the white people? You can see the people on the screen when they're talking. You think no thing departures and other things that affect them, you think they know the impact. But the psychology is when you come on air and address the public saying that, you exposing further, you giving added impetus to the people to do more against you. You saying that truly what the people are saying about you is true, that your house is vulnerable. That you people can do more to disorganize or organize us. I see you, man. I see you on that. I see you. That was not right at all. It wasn't. Now, what do you see? Everybody hanging on it. When I say everybody, I mean Unity Party people. They're running with it. They are excited. They are motivated because that's what they want to hear. They want to hear negative things about you. They want to see negative things coming about you. And you giving them the reason to believe that they can disorganize you. Too pathetic. That will be doing it for that. I see you on that. Let's go to something else before then, before we can talk that. Before we can talk that, let's have yucca. People that ain't ready yet. Party chairman, I can't do that kind of thing. Pick here. You put 1 million microphones on my mouth, you call 50 times. When you tire calling, you will save your unit. Let's take this break. Then we get to the report. And listening to Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews, on this 13th day of August 2025. So let's get to the report. The report. Yeah. The report. The report released by the United States Department of State, or simply put, the United States government on Liberia. We told you that the United States government was observing things in Liberia. They weren't sleeping when people were calling on the government to say, oh, the international committee, they're not doing anything. The people are not talking. They're not talking. No. They take time to collect all of the information, analyze them, and release them at the appropriate time. Yes, at the appropriate time. So they have released the first situation report, 2024 Human Rights Report. It is not good for the government. Yeah, it's not good. Let me share with you few. The report is long, very long. Let me run through them as quickly, or run through it as quickly as I can. Very long report capturing several thematic areas. So, here's the first one, the summary. 2024 country report on human rights practices. There were no significant changes in the human rights situation in Liberia during the year. There were no. But before we go further, let me say to you, the people who want you to think stupid, who feel you are stupid, they now say they report everything in this report happened prior to Bwaka coming to power. You see that? See how the people joke. They both refer to the name Kula Fofana gathering, the name and number of things. So the Kula Fofana or in Weah government, they want to accept because the report is damning. There were no significant changes in the human rights situation in Liberia during the year. No significant changes. Meaning the things that you accuse the former government of, they are still happening in the Joseph Boakai government. That's what they mean. That's what the line mean. There were no significant changes in the human rights situation in Liberia during the year. Significant human rights issues included credible reports of arbitrary or unlawful killings, torture or cruel, inhumane and degrading treatment or punishment, arbitrary arrest or detention, serious restrictions on freedom of expression and media freedom, including violence or threats of violence against journalists and censorship, trafficking in persons, and systemic restrictions on workers' freedom of association. Let's get started. The second, extrajudicial killings. Extrajudicial killings. That the U.S. government, extrajudicial killings. There were numerous reports the government or its agents committed arbitrary or unlawful killings during the year. In May, the Bureau of Rehabilitation and Corrections formally charged 6 officers linked to the death in April of an inmate at Fishtown Central Prison. The inmate death led to community unrest as angry residents vandalized the prison, leading to the escape of some inmates. According to the Prison Bureau, several corrections officers aided the jailbreak and were under investigation by the Liberia National Police. 4 of the 6 officers involved were clear of any wrongdoing. 1 was dismissed for failure to cooperate with the investigation, and 1 remained under investigation. That's extrajudicial killing. Freedom of the press. The Human Rights Report, freedom of the press. Section 2, liberty. Under liberty, freedom of the press. It said, the Constitution provided for freedom of expression, including for members of the press and other media, and the government generally respected these rights, although some unofficial limits. Individuals were generally free to criticize the government publicly or privately, but government officials, the report says some government officials or few government officials, they say government officials sometimes used dismissal or threat of dismissal from employment to place limits on freedom of expression for public servants. In August, the Moravia City Corporation dismissed 9 city employees following allegations that they used social media to criticize government officials and the president. The same thing they did in Weah time. They were complaining against all these things. Physical attacks, imprisonment, and pressure. The Human Rights Report, it said, press associations reported government officials occasionally harassed newspaper and radio station owners. Press associations reported government, Unity Party government officials occasionally harassed newspaper and radio station owners, as well as individual journalists, because of their political opinions and reporting. On June 26, the Association of Liberia Community Radios demanded the reinstatement of Radio Kakata station manager Jerry Kwai, who was suspended by Magibi County Superintendent Victoria Duncan for alleged financial malfeasance. The association warned against political interference in the operations of community radios across the country, asserting such actions amounted to media censorship. Then they move on to censorship by government, military, intelligence, or police forces, criminal groups, or armed extremists, or rebel groups. What it said, although generally able to express a wide variety of views, some journalists practice self-censorship to avoid harassment. Some media outlets avoided criticizing government officials due to fear of legal sanctions and potential loss of government advertising, a large source of media revenue. Let me pause there. Let me explain it one to you. Go so you hear. They say, although generally able to express a variety of views, it is unto them. Some journalists, given the hostile and intimidating atmosphere by the government and government officials, because they want to lose their job, they want to keep getting advertisement from the government, because the government is the boss for that. That's how most of these newspapers are surviving, and radio stations. So they will be, because of that, they will practice self-censorship. They will take a decision not to do this, not to carry this story, not to report on this, not to say this. So they will censor themselves. They will censor that identical article, or what we can say in you suppress it, for fear that if I carry it on this government official, it may not go down well with his colleagues. Least to talk about him. So we'll not get ad from Liberia Maritime Authority if we're getting ad from there. We'll not get ad from the Ministry of Finance if we get ad from there. So let's stop it. We'll not talk anything about that. Even if they're doing bad things, we will censor ourselves. We'll make sure that it ain't happy. That's what the people say. They say some media outlets avoided criticizing government officials. They said, no, we're not doing it, due to fear of legal sanctions that they might take them to court. So we come on the radio and say, oh, the government official, we ain't saying anything about the person. When we say that, then the government official will say, are going to court. Simply what they're saying, because the media is so poor, because the media depend on pro legal representation, most of the media institutions don't have money. Most of them really feed on the politicians themselves. So if the politician feels offended, then he will make an announcement that the radio station said XYZ about me. I'm taking the radio station to court. This newspaper wrote XYZ about me. I am taking this radio station to court. So when the people hear it now, then they feel afraid. So the only option is they will go and beg that official so that he will not go to court. So they've seen it now because of the vulnerability financially and integrity-wise. So they see it as opportunity to come up with an announcement that will take this media institution to court. This journalist, he sat on the radio and said all kinds of things about me. You know how I earned my reputation over the years? You journalists are all quacks, John the Lays, but I'm taking you to court. Then when the journalists here now get scared, some of the men can come and say, my man, you know the thing, I gotta leave it. Yeah, I will call a meeting, I will call the man for, I will talk to him, and my man, the how they can operate. We know it, we not hear plenty, we not see it. I will talk to him and we'll arrange a meeting. So you go there, you're begging. Just say, so you leave it. So some of them forced to go into censorship. They censor certain stories. They prevent going public with it, even if it has substantial truth. Some media outlets avoided criticizing government officials due to fear of legal sanctions and potential loss of government advertising. Then they say a large source of media revenue. And you see some people, when they get on the radio, when the government doing certain things, they know that it's wrong. They can't say, they will leave it, they go on the other side, they be talking softly things there. So at the end of the day now, and then the government will say, you care to that radio station. You call the journalist, you're putting on the list, we're going XYZ, we'll carry him. No disrespect, everybody wants that. Everybody, listen. But when you hear they carrying the other journalist, they carrying the other person, carrying that person, that's just that. So you will not be critical. No government official, no government wants anything critical. You should dance to their gallery. That's how they see you as good journalists, as good talk show hosts. When you're not dancing to their gallery, they see you as evil. They bring you blackmailer and enemy of the state. Because they are the souls. They are the large souls. That's what the people saying. Listen to it again. Listen to it. Under the caption, censorship by government, military, intelligence, or for police forces, criminal groups, or armed extremists or rebel groups. Although generally able to express a wide variety of views, that means they have the ability. Some journalists, not all, some journalists practice self-censorship to avoid harassment. Some media outlets or media institutions avoided criticizing government officials. The 2025 will come. Some media outlets or institutions avoided criticizing government officials due to fear of legal sanctions and potential loss of advertising, a large source of media revenue. On June 20, every time they say something, they give reference, incident. On June 20, or a June 20 meeting between Presidential Press Secretary Kula Fofana and media executives turn contentious. On June 20, hey man, you got to cut the phone off, man. You stop. I will not open the line, yo. I don't like that nonsense, oh. You stop that, man. What happened? You're just calling all the lines. What happened? I will not open any line, yo. I don't like it. On June 20, a June 20 meeting, you think that joking here, or you think that we freak for call people who just open their line and call, you think we freak for call? That serious battle in here, you know what happening right now? You know what happening? You think that Joe, we can't sit down here, we put in our time, energy, resources, you know, to go get information, and you just freak, you just won't be talking. Yeah. What happened? You just continue. I say the thing and you're still calling the line. It's a distraction. a June 20 meeting between Presidential Press Secretary Kula Fofana and media executives turned contentious, that means confusion, leading several editors to walk out. The incident arose concerning new accreditation requirements for journalists covering the executive mansion, including police clearances and institutional tax clearance certificates. These policies, along with demands by the government for free website advertising, which impacted newspaper revenues, sparked concerns regarding media freedom and independence. So when you go to a meeting, praise Kula Fofana, praise the government, praise all the people they see are good journalists, they will sentence them to your radio station or your newspapers. That's how most media institutions are surviving. Then the last but not the least, Section 3. Section 3. We dealt with Section 1, extrajudicial killing. Section 2, freedom of the press. Section 4.5. Section 3, security of the person, torture and cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment. The report said the 2024, not 2023, not 2022, Boaka whole year 2024, the Constitution and law prohibited such practices, but there were credible reports government officials employed them. The law provided criminal penalties for excessive use of force by law enforcement officers and addressed permissible uses of force during arrest or to prevent the escape of a prisoner from custody. Nevertheless, however, although, nevertheless, abusive acts by security forces, including the Liberia National Police, Here you go. Tor now, Tor. And you want Tor? Now we calling Tor. Including the Liberia National Police, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and the Armed Forces of Liberia, were a significant problem, although the AFL generally acted more professionally and had fewer instances of abusive conduct than the other security agencies. Did you get it? Did you get it? They said, nevertheless, abusive acts by security forces, including the Liberia National Police. And you saw all the protests how they were beating on people, they beat lawmakers. You saw the motorbikes people, they say they're clearing them from the street, how they beat people, they crippled some people, they took all the people back. All those things that you saw a police officer going to taxi driver, pulling him from the taxi for whatever the reason best known to that police officer. You saw officers hanging on keke, taking people money, all those things. Those are abusive acts, infringement on their fundamental right of existence. Then see all that one. Then no, you just relax. Yeah, I told you the reports coming. We've been following Liberia politics for long. We know the next one. EU. The other countries. Then they want America. That the first one before any government leaves. Sometimes about 6 or 7 reports can come out. They want at the intro. Nevertheless, abusive acts by security forces, including the LNP, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and the Armed Forces of Liberia, were a significant problem. That means they were causing too many problems all over the place. They created heightened tension. They created instability, that people were afraid so much so that investors that wanted to come to the country now, they said no. When we're telling you that they were doing it against themselves, you say, oh, the opposition radio, where you get from there? And you see it now. They report it all over the world. They want alone can even discourage people who planning to come and all. They say, no, that country not safe. That country not safe. But the people can handle it. And we are here. We are here. I think what time said, they issue a report, they say Liberia not safe to travel. They want their citizens to stay away. You will see it in the same Boaka government. You know, overlook these reports. Let the police be doing all kind of things. And Gregor Como. Yeah. Nevertheless, abusive acts by security forces, including the LNP, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and the armed forces of Liberia were a significant problem. That means they did things that the people even believe that security people, LNP, drug enforcement people, AFA can do those kind of thing or should be involved. It passed mass. That's what the people are saying, as the beginning can say in Liberia, pass mass their behavior too bad of. It represents security forces. But what did they say? They say of all of these three people, LNP, Drug Enforcement Agency, they say the AFL was a bit professional. That one of the AFL they took from there. Listen, yeah. That a report I'm reading word for word. You go on the American Embassy website, you will see it there. Nevertheless, abusive acts by security forces, including the Liberia National Police, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and the Armed Forces of Liberia were a significant problem. Although the AFL generally acted more professionally and had fewer instances of abusive conduct than the other security agencies. The report simply saying AFL, LNP was bad off. Honor Gregory Coleman, the police just went their own way, doing everything they were. When I was using that expression, people were getting vexed. When they were doing all the things, I came with a word. Predator or predatory nature. You know, and you know how predator can move? When they come into you, they don't want to know. They just say, pop. Just that had the police officer. That's what the people saying here. They say like AFL. The AFL was generally professional than the LNP and the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. In May, the LNP dismissed patrolman Jerome Tokpa from the force for alleged police brutality. Tokpa was charged with attempted murder and aggravated assault after he allegedly assaulted Courage Star with a machete, which means lethal weapon. At year's end, the case remained pending. They didn't solve it yet. Nothing. It's still hanging. The boy where? The boy get all the people around. The law did not prohibit the practice of female genital mutilation or cutting FGMC, and NGOs reported there was little political will within the legislature to address the issue, FGM. Okay, let me include a part. So they say, they quoted UN. According to UN Women, 50% of rural girls and women ages 15 to 49 had undergone FGM/C. All right, so that it there. So, any people they report exonerate us. When we say that opposition radio is a radio that helps the government real good, because you know why? They are honest in what they say. No malice against the government, no malice against the president. The reason the government of the day can hit opposition radios, because they don't want the people to say it raw as it is. They should see it and play a blind eye on it and go on flattering Mr. President, flattering the government. Then they say, yes, a good radio station. No. And you see, I'm telling you again today, the 13th of August, watch it. 2025, when we in 2026, by God's grace, 2025 situation human rights report will come out. You will see some of the things that are happening again. Yeah, it happened in the report daily to Ellen. The last report they released on Ellen, they referred to Ellen government as rogue. They said we will not put our money in any rogue regime here. That's how they refer to Ellen. They released several reports on Weah. And those reports, Unity Party people in today, they were capitalizing on those reports. They were running from radio stations to radio stations. They will put aside the positive ones that report, because the report is in twofold. They will talk about the gains by the government. They will talk about the government's excesses and all of those things. The report is always in twofold. So they will put aside all the good ones. They will talk about CDC government. Then they will go on the radio stations with the negative one. It will arbitrary killing. We told you we are killing people all over the place. Here is the UN report. Yes, the US government report to justify. We are not the one who's saying it. It's the government of the United States that's saying it. That's how they used to be saying it on the radio. Today, they want anybody to talk about it like that. And you see what the people say? The people say there is no significant change, meaning there is nothing different from the past. Your complaints say we are people are killing people all over. You wake up in the morning, you see dead bodies all over the place. There was this, there was that. The people say nothing has changed, no significant change. Everything remains the same. That the people document. You're going to the U.S. Embassy website, it's there. They're not King's FM paraphrasing. That the U.S. government, there were numerous reports the government or its agents committed arbitrary or unlawful killings during the year. There were no significant changes in the human rights situation in Liberia during the year. That is there. Simple. More. Okay. So the removal, the politically motivated eviction of CDC, though they put it through the legal stuff, they've been on it from time to time. And so finally, a verdict was announced, and you expect that the people can take their property now. But it is no news in it. It was news when Unity Party was evicted. At that time, CDC people were all over the place on social media and radio stations and saying XYZ and mocking them. Fast forward, a Unity Party, they secure a place. They move. CDC will move. CDC is moving. CDC will get a place. What I'm saying to you by this, it is not a news. No, it is not a news at all. If anybody thinks that it is a news, it is not a news. Not at all. It is not a news. It is the normal. The person who get a property by whatever the arrangement. So what's going to happen is you should be watching, listening carefully to see whether Unity Party will move in to use it for something else. Then when you know now that they're behind it, Boaka being behind it, right? And it will be shame. It will be a disgrace. It will come in a report, another report, that the opposition political party, by the government influence through the court system, falsely evicted XYZ or CDC, as evident by they have taken over the party headquarters. So The chairman, not the chairman, but Councillor Fonati Kofa, the former Speaker of the House of Representatives. But before then, let me share. I think AB shared something on about this. Let me share that with you first. Then we get to the former Speaker. Yes, that is worth saying to console you. I know that's why you're ready to hang on, but yeah, ain't me anything. Listen, ain't me anything. It is the normal. So if you are troubled by that, well, then it's up to you. Then you can be worrying and you can be thinking, but there's nothing wrong with that. It is the normal. It is the normal. People, they have to move on. Yeah. You don't got to worry about that getting jitter. Not at all. Move on with your life. You have to take responsibility in life. If you can take responsibility, then that's it. But life moves on. Yeah. The former speaker, what did he say? Where I get that? Yeah, what he said. Yeah, what he wrote on his page. He said, CDC is not the building. It is the hearts and minds of the masses. Good luck with your building. Good luck with your building. CDC is not the building. It is the hearts and minds of the masses. Good luck with your building. Councillor Fonati Kofa, former Speaker of the House of Representatives. Now, just so you know, CDC is an institution, a reputable institution, iconic institution. This is a plus for CDC. Sometimes I say them wonder whether you seditionists, you people, no disrespect to you people, whether your take on critical thinking. The reason I think this way that I'm saying it, because every day, every minute, every second, you're jittering, you're feeling this, you're saying you're this, you're that. Yeah, it's it. As far as I know, this is happening. All of these things are happening at the right time for CDC. Amen. How must we say this thing? You should be excited. You should be motivated. Yes. There's nothing. It's just like you're in your house or whatever the arrangement, even if you have your 6 months ahead. The landlord can say because of XYZ, you go through the law and terminate the agreement or whatsoever. It will not change anything on you. There are people who they pull out of their house. In no time, they got land. In no time, they build their own house. The landlord start experiencing difficulties, sees that person that he threw out of his house, went for assistance. Yeah, man, you know how God can work. If anybody call here, you can't say, oh, you're feeling bad, you're crying. You're not call here again. All of these things are happening for the good of the party, the good for your good. If you know what life is, if you know how things can happen, you never. If God said you will stay on the earth for 80 years, that means those 80 years is going to be up and down. There are times that you are alive. There are times that you will cry. There are times that you will feel you feel that worry. There are times that you will have hope. You will have joy. It's never. Life is not a walk in a park. No. People say, oh, CDC, all that time they stay in power, they did not acquire the property. Let Unity Party acquire the one on Broad Street now. You think when you renting from somebody, You think the person, because you're renting from them, you have the money, so the person will agree they are selling? No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't say because you give you government. Unity Party was there for 12 years. Why did they not buy? They did not buy the place in Congo Town, and they were there. They were in power, and they evicted them. And they were there. Why Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? These are things that you take comfort from. You people, you seditions and Unity Party, you're the same on this issue, on this headquarters. That the same thing, nothing different. The reason they're mugging you today because they're in power now. But they can't deny that it did not happen to them. They are renting right now the place they are. You think that landlord ready, the owner of that building ready to sell it to Unity Party? No. You think the president know that Unity Party will not stay in power forever and ever? You think they will just, who will look at the property and just sell it, then they sit down the money finish, they broke. Most people who sold the property to people for whatever the reason, that the people then, they moving from one end to another, they're struggling, they're looking for it. They're saying, if I had known. You know why people can hold on to their property? Because they're eating money from it. They're eating money. That's what they call real estate. You get good money from that investment. You have a return on your investment. That return is the money that you put into it. And you see some people, they pay hard. The man put it on rent. He on the other side. After 3 months, he goes and collects. People strap persuading one body hard. You know the hard day. Man say no. So you have to understand it from different standpoints. Yeah. Don't worry. Huh? All right. So let's go now. Let me read some of the comments. Then we take few calls and then we are out. Yeah. Janitor Bundo said, in everything God there, we love CDC. Dr. Awolowo, he said, this is the demise of CDC. CDC will be dismantled, died and buried politically before 2029. Take it to, okay. So that people never deal with you doctor. Got daughter. A doctor then can read one book in this country. Shame on the doctor. Then you get doctors in other countries, regional countries, see books. Laboratory get nothing. Just show up, doctor. You better take that thing from your, they call doctor. Just the people call it doctor. Can't see nothing, no substance. Kuda Williams said CDC will move and break down everything that is there. Oh, Kuda. Gabriel West writes, it is the very UP people carrying out the Weah's regime, and they continue the same in their own regime. Okay. So, yeah, let's go now. Let's take a few calls and then we are out what is unfolding here, what is happening. Can't get that yet. Okay. So let's take a few calls and then we are out on the show to look at other issues. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 980375. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Justin Kawala Akwe, and I call you from the UN Drive. Yeah, thanks for the topic on discussion. You know, everything is happening within the country. When we speak, our brothers on the other side, they will say, we just talking politics, but thank God that the American government is trying to checkmate on things that they are doing. The people hurting their head on CDC party headquarters, That building cannot come to us. It is we that go to the building. So by then saying, by the food camera without brother saying we should leave the place, that we will not leave the party. We will stay with the party and we'll be for the party. Even if we're having to find another place to move, I think we'll more than last our place. So,
Hello? You went off? All right. Good one. Very good. Very good. Hello? Hello? You are on the air. You are on, Chief. Oh. Let's go to the women. Already. Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
Cut off the radio. Cut off the radio. It think running in our in the ear.
Okay.
Cut off the radio. You call back. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Leo Fremont. I call from Douala. All I want to say, we give up CDC for us and we for CDC. They're just making us strong. The Bible says, break them and advance. We advancing. We will not give us. So they're wasting their time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
yeah, hello, Sir Andrews. How you doing?
Fine.
This is Speaker Jimmy. I have called to add my voice while you are to your topic. Thank you for the topic. Two key things I want to look at. The one with the CDC headquarters and that of Sir Joseph.
No, I didn't talk about Sir Joseph.
His departure from the party.
No, I wanted referencing the chairman's response.
I'm saying the headquarters today, I saw that message. The thing is a distraction. That was just a tactic play by the Unity Party. First, when they report came out, they don't want people to, so they just brought out of abruptly. If you check that letter, the case is still with Supreme Court. So there can be no way that to order the CDC party to be CDC event. When the issue was held, they flight to the Supreme Court and it is still with Supreme Court. But that letter that was written in the lower court, that was just a distraction for people not to follow the report from the human rights report from the USA.
All right.
So that's my thought.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
There's something you say CDC coming big then?
They told CDC to move.
Okay. The last time they did it, we are going on a compound. So we are a sound of poor men and the party is not poor. So let us take it. We stay for CDC, we are our children. They know what we're telling. Thank you, Baba.
Okay, that why y'all be paying your due, yeah? So y'all will get new place. That the time y'all show to the people now that you're real citizen, you love your party. At the time,
I pay my due. 350, I pay.
Yeah, so you're listening. Why your party? You're listening to your party leaders. You're listening to a stand-up bearer. What they tell you to do, you do it. You made them shame. You made them shame. Yeah?
They may have power. We listen to him.
Okay. All right. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, fine.
Are you the driver? I'm picking the address for Abel.
So something wrong with you. Eh? You ain't no radio station line from your own people. Hello.
Yes, thank you, Sam. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Sam. This is I'm Hussein Kewu and I call from Dinsville, Electoral District. So, Sam, I listened to the different talking points. So it is a dawning of a new day in our democracy, where the court has independence to adjudicate legal issues. This is not just a blow to the CDC, but it is a setback. And people in the party have not shown some level of leadership. Then,
So,
this is
so it was. You want to admit that it was a blow when you were evicted from your headquarters.
Yes, it was a blow. In fact, what happened? Let me tell you what happened to the other party.
Yeah, okay. Listen, my man. If it was a blow, as you have confirmed, it is not a blow for CDC.
Oh, okay. So if Gangakwa would say the leaving of Sajusa is a major setback, you would say
that's what you referring to? That's what you saying? I thought you talking about the party headquarters.
No, but you saying the party headquarters. In fact, it is just the headquarters, right? Or you go to District 16, the CDC office there have been invaded. The one in Grand Battle have also been invaded. The one in Magibi.
Yeah.
In every area they have been invaded from the different offices.
It is good. It is good. All those things are happening. Okay, with time, they will get back.
Yeah, fine. So I want to call on my friends. We are not enemies. We are brothers and friends for different political parties. Those who collecting the people party due, and so forth. You please use the money for the right purpose. You're eating the people money at the end result. You're not using for the party.
You now compare me to use as word I don't want to use. You sit down over there. You sit down over there. You Hussein. I don't know, but you were here throughout. Unity Party struggle. They were, don't make me to talk about some of your government officials, how they were begging for money. Please, we beg you. Going forward, when you call here, when you try not to be intellectual, you try to be bombastic, whether you like it or not, it will come out. Because I know how you people were struggling. You people were flushed out of your place. Ellen took all the money from the country. You could not, Bouaga was there. You could not secure a headquarters. Even in opposition, you had nothing absolutely. Had Ami Moda not come in to take his business money to secure headquarters for you people could not get it. The man who you have as your stand-up bearer today could not afford a dime for himself, least to talk about a party. Then you saying all kinds of nonsense. Most of your party officials that today, they're struggling. I mean, they're enjoying. We know. Don't make me call some of their names. We know, we saw it around here. They were begging. Some CDC people were giving them money. Then you got to blow. Sir Joseph, to that thing, let me say, Sir Joseph leaving in no blow to CDC. Ain't no blow. You know what they call a blow? When the person is wealthy from outside, when the person use his or her influential as an influential person, when that institution heavily depended on that person for survival, then you consider that a blow. But look at Sir Joseph. You're on the sour eating kobo. He never thought that he could be what he is today. That the plank fee stayed over there, the testimony there. Ask him. Let's assume Weah did not come to the presidency. Will Sir Joseph and the other people who saying all kinds of rubbish, would they have gotten the life they have now? Would they be speaking the thing they're saying today? Assume that Weah did not come to the presidency. Will Unity Party have gone for them? Even the ones who went to school and obtained degrees. Kanyo Bagbala, would he have gotten what he achieved? And the other people we can go and name, had Weah not come? Unity Party was disgraced the same way they were thrown out. People left Unity Party. There was a clash between Mo Ali and Ami Modai and other people. There were clash in the party. They could not see one another. They could not speak. The party was divided. They were thrown out. Baka and the other people could not secure that place. On Brushy was Ami Modai. The Ami Modai money in that place. That was Baka rewarded him with Commerce Ministry position. Just that he messed himself up. Every rich man always want money. Chief, that ain't no blow. You know what you call blow? If the person was supporting that institution, the institution was depending on the person wholly. Just like somebody doing everything for you, and then the person dies. No source of survival, no source of income. It is a blow. That's why you call blow. Your use expression, you ain't understand the technical aspect. Who made Thomas Fowler? Who made all these people that CDC? That CDC, who were putting their hand up for election? That we are. Did they go and put their hand all by themselves? Did they go and do it all by themselves? Would they have gotten the life they have today had it not been CDC and we are? The only thing I can say to you people, the mocking you are. This is why God said, in the midst of the mock, be joyful, be happy. Take a decision. If you weren't strong with your party, now is the time for you to be more stronger. If you weren't that supportive of your party, now is the time for you. No better time to show that loyalty to your party, that commitment, than now. People come to know and see your commitment when there is crisis. Though this is not a full crisis, but for the discussion's sake, let's take it as a crisis. In crisis, the way you show your commitment. So it will be who is ready to walk off CDC since they're putting them out of the headquarters. Who? I can only appeal to all of you to remain strong, hold together, show that commitment to your party. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
You are on the air, Chief.
Hello?
Oh, my man, you ain't ready yet, man. I see you. Hello?
Hello?
Cut the radio off. No, cut the radio off. I told y'all. Cut the radio off. Hello? When you keep the radio on, the thing and run in our ear. You're not sorry for us.
Sorry.
Once the radio is loud, as soon as it okay you, it runs straight in the ear, will give the ear problem. Yeah, let's hear you.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for I appreciate you. You know, my name is Mohammed Passover from Broadway Iron Gate. Talk about the party headquarters. Everything that happened for CDC today, I can say it's happening for CDC. It's not happening against CDC, it's happening for CDC. The time is good. We pray for nothing to happen. We pray for who be CDC and they play double standard and they're going to expose them. We said in the campaign pure. And there's the time say that as God bringing everything out for us. It's the time that the party decided to put the house in order. See how bad they can call the parties in. But I want for CDC to get a whole quarter. We can get any part of the bureau. It should be more right because that's what the Constitution says. We can make sure we get an open area, any part of the city. We can buy it, land, and build everything there.
Okay.
Go there, go do labor work. We'll go do it.
All right. That's why.
That's
why you people have to do whatever you can, whatever financial contribution. Hello.
Hello, Sir Andrew.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. This is Peterson M. Weah, the chairman. We are auxiliary movement in Johnsonville. Let me be frank with the Liberian people. The CDC remains supreme. People living the Thomas Fowler, all the people Joseph, they are nothing to CDC. Let them go.
Okay.
But CDC will secure our office and the party still remains supreme. That is Peterson and we are chairman. We are auxiliary movement. I have my own office in Johnsonville.
All right, Peterson. Thank you.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. Sir, I'll do that.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you, Oda. I want to get what the CDC party. CDC party is not mean nothing. We are not poor, yes, baka. We start heavy. I want to pay the party money. Oh, so get level, bad level, pay CDC. I would say that I have paid you 1 year. We say go. You have paid out what you. Hello?
Yeah, so.
Go to your party over. They can't sue you pay all you that you're paying or put here out you.
Okay.
That's easy to pay or that you're broke.
All right, my best. All right.
Yes.
Okay, my best. I want to take as many people as I can. So You don't want to stay long. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, my name is Rose Totu. I'm calling from Front Street. Oh, Uncle Sam, CDC, we have already made up our mind. 2029, I made up. Our party will be supreme. Ourselves will be supreme. So the people that they think about the big lower on their hair. Your job we are worried on the 2029 issue because nobody know the prophet said. As soon as you say job we will be coming back with all they want you. Thank you.
Good. Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Good afternoon, Andrews.
Yeah.
No, this is Pastor Emmanuel Cooper. I come from Balance precisely. Hello.
You on the line, Pastor?
Yeah. I want to thank you for the brilliant analysis because the party have to be very strong, and you can't make any man relevant who you produce out of your womb. That will always be tied to our mother, naturally and spiritually. So the Hassan Kiewu and Unity Party who lack vision and understanding about the time, they are treading on a wrong path. That case, in fact, is still in court. The party have appealed to the Supreme Court. And Supreme Court is the one that's going to give final ruling for whatever final decision should be made. You can't just wake up because out of jealousy, envy, and anger, and you think you have enough power to dismantle what somebody have invested in. You are making it wrong, and you don't proceed in the process of democracy. Because in as much as I own property, right? I pay taxes, we make documentation. Anything goes wrong, we go to the court. It is the court that will give a government can pass on our hand using the bad mental inducing judges and people to deceive and destroy people's property. It's very wrong. It's a wrong precedent you set in this country. Thank you.
Thank you too, Pastor. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Peter. I come from under the street light in Lower Jonesville. Mr. Sam Andrew, just so you know, the issue regarding the headquarters of the CDC is not news. The biggest news is the United States Department and a report on the human rights abuse that have been instigated by Joseph Boakai government on the Liberian people. You know, we are being consistent, and these guys are listening. We told people, and on several occasions, that Joseph Boakai government is carrying on extrajudicial killing in Liberia. The guy has highlighted that, and with the extrajudicial killing and also police brutality that have been instituted by Google Command. That's why today nobody gets no regard for the police. People are getting into fist fight with the police because the way Google Command has turned the police to be. And I will hope that our American partner and our international partner are taking an accomplishment of that, highlighting them. We appreciate them for that. And we are communicating to our international partner that we should not only be press releases. But these guys need to be sanctioned, just like Boakai and coalition government that are imposing a dictatorial regime on our people.
Thank you. I said I want to take as many people as I can. That's why you don't want to hold on. Hit the point and move. We can even take up to 50, no problem. That's why I'm not talking. I'm not doing anything, just listening. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
You are on the air, ma'am.
Yeah, afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm Kariatu say I'm a first time to call on the show. What I'm talking about, so you say someone for a good let it go. They want to miss this strong way more. All the people that are talking with this call with this that, let it go. It will make us strong more and more. Come to the party of other base, the party of other. The last criminals are United Party will over there in their doing their leadership to go to CDC. We will move on the number of us. And even as zero, so we are going to make for our trusting. The grace of our trusting. You understand? So we'll go behind, we'll stay behind. The people that say we discourage that people, They did not get sick, but we will get sick. We'll be behind. So that Andrew.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Keep the hope. Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
Fine.
This is Mr. Sima B. Dennis from Tower Hill. Boy, sir. How you doing?
Great. Let's hear you, Mr. Freeman.
I don't know why politics in the politics. I don't really know why I'm I keep in power. I keep on politics. So I'm a protect.
Yeah, because you get mental problem. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Fine.
Yeah, at my car. Are you sure? The visually impaired are keeping this unprepared person fit to the fire to deliver. You know, the lady you're talking about, actually, she's the wife of a pastor. And in fact, he's a bishop of the Open Bible Church. That husband talked to me before when I was in UMU. You know, very kind, pastor, friendly.
Okay.
And so, even the woman herself, all of people are talking about her, but we don't know what happened, but we are watching. But what it is showing the others, why we don't want to be critical on it. That means they're trying to show some, that's what I call it. They want to distinguish between the two major religions in the country. Because just a couple of weeks ago, we saw what happened. And then another one is just happening again from the Christian side. And then you are handling it the way you are handling it. We just pray and hope for the best. You know, when people come and say, oh, Liberia is on the table, these are the things that we are looking at. These are the variables that we are looking at. And this report, thanks be to God. You know, news affair is in time. And more of these going to come up. We have said it time with our number that the people were misbehaving in this country, extrajudicial killing, mass handling of citizens by the security sector. It is happening. And then they want to cover this report with quote-unquote party headquarters, non-party headquarters. No, they are not going to cover it because these are their strategies. When they notice that the kind of damaging information are coming up, they come up with something else that we in on it and let go the kind of information. If the writing is done about our party headquarters to leave, we will leave. But if you want to politicize it, we are going to resist that. We can promise you that. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Carl. Hello. Hello?
Hello, Sam Andrew, how are you?
Fine.
Thank you very much for the show. My name is Abraham Nimaya. I come from Crystal Police. Yeah, thank you. And the issue about the party headquarters, we just want to say thank you to God for what He's doing to strengthen the party because these are things that can happen in life. When you are living, life is not all about positive. It has negative and positive. I want to make it fun. So thank you very much for the show. And then I want to tell you, if you want to talk about Zogo or people who are crooks, you are local brother who are into with criminals that have set up water school, like Yaga Kolba who are causing Marcos shoot off, like General Bonde who say he killed 4,000 people in this country, and so many of them, the crooks, we will bury 10 million also in Europa, and then bury 3 million also in Brazil, stealing the Liberal money who say you are living on loan. Who are part of because Yaga told him the 2 way to money for the girl for in Toronto, and many years, and say, Yaga was lying. So you must know the real liar and a thief in this country. Joseph Bola a group, they are the rogues. So our own money will pay enough government money. So when citizens get it right, yeah. Thank you very much for the show, Andrew.
All right, Chief. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, fine.
Next few days, the DA officer they killed, the citizen killed in our DA officer. When this government put your last citizen that year, well, you guys.
You say what?
When this government put your last citizen, you guys they got talking on the radio.
Oh,
when
that good. No, wait. Hey, United Party man, when and you asking?
Thank you.
And you asking?
Yeah.
So go ask the U.S. government that the American embassy release it on Liberia. Joseph Yima Boaga government. So go ask them. Yeah, tell them. Say I want to know where your show us. Your current generation from on the land.
Yeah. Let's borrow a kid job before we kill the other brutalization of the presidency and then a video of the capital building and
Where we go? You won't go ask the U.S. embassy, you know the thing that are happening in your own country. You get see, you get hear, you get read. Heading your United Party people by way, you take your time, energy, resources, your core. Every Dillon say he would set up 100 radio stations, 500 platforms to be explaining government story. They will can't tell you about killing. You go criticize the U.S. embassy, the American government, that the people put it there. Now, when they were releasing report on Weah yesterday, you people were asking where it's taking place. Nonsense. They get mental problems. Sorry for most of you. Say you're defending. You're defending. The people not get time for you. The people enjoying the money. Yeah, Hussein, don't be doing that thing, Gion brother. Try to take your time. The people not get time for you. And you see what they say, we have people were building. Unity Party ministers and building. More Ali never had house. The other people never had the building now. Cornelia Crowd. The building all over the place. And I say we are officials were using the money all over and Boaga building. Everybody building their houses. Who does not want to own house? Who wants to be renting throughout their life? You're saying that, and you say you're stupidous. They both use you, you'll be defending. They both building the houses. They call you in your office, they give you $50, you're excited. They both building the same way. But you think they're supposed to be? They both know. They don't know what will happen between now and 2027, 2028. You think they're going, they're calculating. So, they're calculating real good. So, just in case anything happens, they will not be the loser or losers. So, they're doing their late thing. Go sit down. Your president building. You think Boga wanted to be in that place throughout? A building. Everybody collecting. The corruption paying can you? That tomorrow you hear the corruption. United Party people, you want to talk about that report, how they call it, that headquarters they went on, that CDC moving from headquarters, that news. The news here now that the 2024 Human Rights Report, and they say the report that the police throughout 2024 was backed off. DEA was backed off. Even though the army, they wanted to do, but the army was generally professional. Meaning, the people confirm what most Liberians were saying. They prefer to run to the army, AFL, than to go to the police or DEA. That's why the report confirmed. And when that thing happened, what the people were saying? They both say, we want AFL, we want the army, we want AFL. Meaning, we satisfy with AFL. We prefer to go to AFL for safety than the police and DEA. That the same thing the U.S. government confirmed. That the Liberia National Police, DEA, were backed off throughout 2024. Their acts did not represent professional police force. The army was generally professional. The army was generally professional. The army was generally professional. Nevertheless, abusive acts by security forces, including the Liberia Police, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and the Armed Forces of Liberia were a significant problem, although the AFL generally acted more professionally and had fewer instances of abusive conduct than the other security agencies. Bad of. Too bad of. You ain't thought that one? That CDC removal, that news there. About big killer. You see, when you ruling party, you get nothing. CDC party, that anything there to be what they call it. Well, Martin, you want to talk about the human rights report? Let me show you something from 2023. The same thing on the human rights report. You are happy 24/7 writing. Yeah, man. Martin K. College, July 31st, 2023. Breaking news. U.S. State Department 2023 investment report says investors and investments are not coming to Liberia due to bribery. When is your all next? Thank you really for George Weah. Rogue regime, zero president. So today, we can call Boaga zero president. Rogue regime because they're stealing. That the first party out, this is the introduction. You're sticking in your head. The next portion is coming. The financial aspect, the corruption, widespread corruption in government places, everything. That the next report coming on. So when I report come on, then we start releasing Martin, then all the things they were saying, like what I've just read to you, 2023 and beyond 2020, those reports that were coming up. Say, oh, we are regime, a road regime. Yeah, no investments coming to Liberia. And the same thing today. Investments coming to Liberia, investors coming to Liberia. What you see happening, the report alone is discouraging. The report simply saying Liberia is insecure on a Boakai. Widespread corruption. You see anything extra happening? Yeah? And you see your finance minister, he just relaxed. Things not really working. The public work minister, every now and then you talking, moving from here to there. You can see him talking, he ain't relaxed. Things not really working. When you're president, when you don't get a contact, nothing can work for you. When you're president, you can move. Ellen said that thing here. Ellen said when you're president, no matter what, you got to go outside to make the case. The people got to see your face. When you sit down in your home whole day, you can give all the press conference, you can say all the cliche, think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. It will never happen when you can't move. Because the people expect you to move to convince them why they should come to your country, why you should do this. If you have a president who can move, everything starts, nothing happening. The boy ain't get that. Vice president ain't no. The boy ain't no vice president. So you'll be anything happening to you when you're happening to we are. You people are happy. You're renting all over the place. It's happening to you now. That's the first report, the second one coming out. I told you from the onset that you don't worry. Those of you who are jittering, the UN, the international community are not talking. They see everything that happening in the country. Say your way. That's how the people can work. We saw it in Ellen's time. We saw it in Weah time. We learn lesson. The people can rush with the thing there. They take the time to investigate. The people get people all over. They get people in finance, all the various ministries and agencies. You think the people sending their money here, then they will just leave it. They get people checking on these things. They get people in their midst. They don't even know that they're from the EU or from the US embassy or from the German embassy. The people get surveillance all over. They're observing the National Elections Commission, everything. The next report that will come on, you will hear that I want to call situation report. The one is on human rights. The situation report takes into account the commerce of this country, every other thing you can think on. Then you see it. They'll tell you the other government official building this money, this and that. All the kind of thing, they'll start coming out small. At the first 1 year, you'll realize yourself. Let me tell you, George Weah, then we go. George Weah in Ivory Coast. He met with the Ivorian president. Let me just show you this one, then we go on the show. That's all the time we've got. Yes, I just think that you should know about it and what Alassane Ouattara said. So in Ivory Coast, he met with the Ivorian president, Alassane Ouattara. Both leaders had a wonderful conversation. Yeah. So here is a direct quote from the Ivorian president, Alassane Ouattara. He said, "Thanks for coming over to see me, my son. Safe travels to the Republic of Liberia. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming over to see me, my son." Meaning humility, that we are humble himself. Give him all due respect and honor. That's how blessing comes. Thanks for coming over to see me, my son, and safe travels to the Republic of Liberia. I see that's all the time we've got to be on Real Talk. We're back tomorrow, if God permits. Coming up at 6 o'clock in under 30 minutes, the news, King's Newsroom. That will take us up to 6:50. 6:50, CDC Hour with Isiaka Sharif. And then at 8 o'clock, you know exactly what is it. Need not tell you. 8 o'clock sharp. Face the issues with the only teacher of the land, and Anthony at law. A.B. Weah. You don't want to miss it. If you did, you miss 1/3 of your life blessing on earth. I'm Sam Andrews. We're back tomorrow, if God permits. Shalom.